Hi yogis, it's Jody, and today I have a really fun level 1, maybe 2 Vinyasa flow for us. You won't need any props, so I'll meet you at the top of the mat whenever you're ready. Actually today, let's switch it up. Let's begin in Child's Pose. Big toes together, knees spread wide, forehead to the mat. Slowly coming into your breath. Allowing the skin of your forehead to slightly crease towards your nose, releasing any tension in the jaw, the neck. Just taking a moment here to start using your Ujjayi breath. If you've never done it before, it's the slight restriction of the muscles of the back of the throat. I like to think that I'm fogging a mirror as I inhale and exhale through my nose. Try a couple rounds on your own. Right before we move sweat and flow, let's just take a moment to set an intention. It could just be something simple like, I'm just looking to feel good, have fun, do some yoga. Or you can even set an intention of gratitude. Grateful to be on our mat, practicing together. Let's seal that intention in with one long, deep, clearing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Slowly coming up into tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then from here, tucking your toes, pushing the hips up and back for downward facing dog. First down dog of the class, gripping the mat with the fingertips, pressing down with the finger knuckles, hugging the inner arms in, spreading the shoulder blades. Drawing the navel in, pushing the hips up and back, maybe keeping a slight micro bend in the knees as the heels fall heavy towards the mat. If it's beginning to get too much for you, you could pedal it out, bending one knee at a time. Or you could just be holding your down dog in stillness. We won't be here for that much longer. Inhale, look forward. Slowly start to move the shoulders past the wrist into plank pose. The knees can be up or down. If the knees are up, making sure that the balls of the feet are in line with the heels. Firming the inner thighs, doming the upper back, gaze down, inhale. And as you exhale, moving the shoulders past the wrist, bending the elbows for chaturanga, all the way down to the mat. Just warming up, taking it nice and slow, keeping your hands underneath the shoulders, pulling the shoulder tips up and back for a little low cobra. Keep pulling and pushing, maybe a little higher. Gaze up, inhale. And as you exhale, tucking your toes, drawing your navel in, pushing the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and just step your right foot and then your left foot towards the top of the mat. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Gaze up as your palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do a couple rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Hands by your side. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to come up. Exhale, open the arms out. Swan dive it forward. Inhale, find a flat back. As you exhale, you can step or hop back into plank, moving the shoulders past the wrists, using your knees or not, bending the elbows for chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming back to that Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and this time step your left foot and then your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Great job. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to come up. Exhale, slowly dive it forward. Inhale, flat back. This time, see what it's like to plant the hands, bend the knees, and see if you could jump back and lower into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just having some fun. Maybe jumping back, stepping back, using the knees or not. It's your practice. Trust your body's intuition. You know best. Let's try another jump forward. Inhale, look forward. Come high to your toes, bend your knees, and see what it's like to take a light hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last round. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to come up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Step, hop, float. Do your Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Just to complete our round of Surya Namaskar A, we'll land back at the front of the mat. Let's try one more hop. Inhale, come high to your toes, look forward, bend the knees, keeping the arms straight. See what it's like to just take a light hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Gaze up as the palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good job. Just coming back to your breath. Witnessing all this energy you just created in your body. All right, let's move into our flow. Open your eyes. Bend your knees, tap the ground so you know you've gotten low enough. Rise up, Utkatasana chair pose. Drawing the lower belly in, tucking the tailbone, firming the glutes, drawing the ribs and the navel in, sitting a little lower. Inhale, we find length. Exhale, maybe smile. You got this. Making sure the weight is mostly back into the heels. You could look down and see your toe tips. Arms by your side. This time, see what it's like to come high up onto your toes for your toe stand, like you're wearing a 6-inch heel. Firming the glutes, sitting a little lower, and slowly with control, can you sit your glutes all the way down to your heels. Toning those quads, hands to heart center. We're going to take our knees out wide, drawing our body down while pushing our heels back. So we have two opposing actions here. Slowly dropping your head for a traditional garland pose. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. From here, we're going to walk our triceps around our shins, grabbing onto the back of our heels, creating a little bit more space and length in our lower body. Inhale. Exhale, go deeper, drawing your head towards the mat. Becoming one little ball. From here, this is a great prep for Bakasana crow pose, which is where we're going next. If you've never done it, just take a peek up here, or if you're there, just try to come into it, hold it for 5 to 10 breaths. This is how I like to get into it. I like to come high up. I like my big toes touching. I like to come high up into my toes, hands underneath the shoulders, bend the elbows like chaturanga. Slowly working those kneecaps high into the triceps, and then slowly just see what it's like to lift those toes up. You got this. Can you hold it for 5? Dome the upper back. 4, draw the navel in. 3, 2, and then slowly step back into plank. Bending the elbows for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, yogis. Inhale, right leg lifts. Point the toes, square the hips. I really like to stay here for a few breaths to start to work those hamstrings. Root down with your left heel. Lift that right leg a little higher. Inhale. And then with how slowly, possibly to the count of 5, can you bend that right knee, drawing it in towards your chest, doming the upper back, lift it a little higher, and then slowly stepping that right foot in between your hands. Whew. Spinning your left foot back at an angle, hips distance or heel to heel, rising up, warrior 1. Pressing into the pinky side edge of my left foot, pulling my right hip back into the midline, bending deeply into the pose. Firming my outer hips and my inner thighs, lengthening through the sides of my waist. Gaze up as my palms touch. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Step back, Vinyasa. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's balance it out and take it to the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Point the toes, square the hips. You can keep a slight micro bend in that right leg. So to get your heel towards the mat, lifting that left leg a little higher. Squaring the hips, firm the inner thighs. Inhale. And then on the exhale, bending that left knee, how slow with control. Can you draw that thigh to chest, knee to nose? Can you hold it? Dome the upper back, use the core. And then slowly stepping that left foot in between your hands. Spinning your right heel down at an angle. Rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. Pressing into the pinky side edge of my right foot. Spinning my inner right thigh up and back to square my hips, bending deeply into that left knee. Inhale, we find length. Exhale, draw the navel and ribs in. Gaze up as the palms touch. And then taking your hands down, framing that front foot, stepping back, Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking a couple breaths here. Coming back to that Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. All right, yogis, the time has come. On this second round, I'm gonna do warrior 1 with some standing splits and maybe some little fun handstand hops. We're not really gonna do handstand, don't worry. Let's try it together. Inhale, right leg lifts, point the toes, square the hips. Exhale, bend the knee, step it forward. Spinning the left foot down, rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. Bending deeply into that right knee, pulling the right hip back. Gaze up as the palms touch. Inhale. Exhale. This time, hands frame the right foot. Sliding that right foot back. So the foot and the hip are in one straight line. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale. We find length. Exhale, folding. Bracing yourself with your right hand. Your left hand. Grabbing onto your right ankle with your right hand and pulling your forehead in towards your shin. Breathing. Maybe seeing your right foot do a little dance. You could square your hips here, or if you like the flexibility and you want to, you could lift that left leg as high as you like. Inhale, find a flat back, hands underneath the shoulders. Bending that right knee, and we're just gonna take little hops. We're not really gonna go upside down and do a handstand. We're just playing around. One more time. Right leg comes down, hands underneath the shoulders, bending that right leg, and just see what it's like to hop back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe that wasn't as graceful. Hopefully it was a lot of fun. Let's take it to the other side and try it out. Inhale, left leg lifts, point the toes, square the hips. Inhale. Exhale, bend that knee. Step it forward. Spinning your right foot down at an angle. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Gaze up as the palms touch. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Sliding that left foot back. Coming up into your standing splits. Inhale, find length. Exhale, keeping a slight micro bend. Folding over that left leg. Bracing yourself with your right hand, grabbing onto your left ankle with your left hand, pulling your forehead in towards your shin. Challenging your balance. Squeezing the glutes. Taking that right leg as high as you like. Breathe, yogis. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale to a flat back. Now you know where we're going. We're just having some fun. You never know when it's your time to grow. Hands underneath the shoulders. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Bending that left leg and just hop. We're not going that high. Do it again. One more time. Another little hop. Good job. Coming back into supported warrior 3. Hands underneath the shoulders. Bend that left knee and see what it's like to just hop back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You did it. Thank you for trying all the things with me. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Time to cool it down. We're going to take into pigeon. So inhale. Step your right foot in your shin towards the top of the mat. Slowly coming into pigeon on the right side. The right shin does not need to be parallel to the top of the mat. If you have the flexibility and the mobility to do that, go there. Flexing your right foot. But the goal of the pose is to open up the hips. So really we want to get our hips as low and even to the mat as possible. Inhale, we find length. Exhale, slowly draping your body down on that leg. Maybe staying up on the forearms, grabbing some props. Anything to help you just kind of surrender into this pose. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, maybe go deeper, bringing your forehead towards the mat. Just taking a few deep breaths here. If there's any tension you're feeling within the hips or the body, send your breath there. Allowing your body to know It's okay to be here. It's okay to feel the tension release down into the mat. Anything that's no longer serving you, leave it here. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Beautiful. Slowly coming up and taking it to the other side. If you want to come back into downward dog, pedal it out. And then bringing your left shin towards the top of the mat. It could be at an angle. Just slowly wiggling from side to side, getting our hips as even and low to the mat as possible. Inhale, we find length. Exhale, draping your heart over your legs. Coming onto your forearms, take an inhalation here. Exhale, surrender. What I love so much about these deep hip opener poses in yoga is not only are we releasing any tension we might be feeling in the body, but we're also releasing some emotions, some mental tension that we might have been holding on to. Maybe feeling that spiritual aspect of yoga. Just a few more breaths. Deep inhalation through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Slowly coming up. Swinging both legs out in front of you. And lowering down onto your back, drawing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug, squeeze, maybe even giving yourself a little kiss, sending yourself love and compassion for stepping onto your mats, and then slowly releasing your feet out to the corners of the mat, hands by your side, closing your eyes. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Savasana. Knowing that it's okay to be comfortable with exactly what you are. Knowing that you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Savasana. Slowly taking your arms overhead, taking a big stretch, and then bringing your knees into your chest, rolling to your side, slowly sitting up into a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing your hands heart center in Anjali Mudra. And just taking a moment to feel the benefits from your yoga practice, the peace that it brings your mind and your body. And in the spirit of gratitude, taking a deep inhalation through your nose. And as you exhale, bowing your chin towards your heart. Always in gratitude. Inhale, lifting your chin, open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me, yogis. I look forward to practicing with you again here soon. Namaste.